Welcome to this episode of the Dear Happily Married for Life on the Happily Married for Life channel. I hope you have already subscribed to this channel. It's very important to subscribe because it ensures that you do not miss any episode that we release. Because every episode that we release is to solve a problem and to help you find solutions to your problems in your marriage or relationship. So subscribe today if you haven't done that already. And always enjoy our videos, share them with others, and you and your friends would surely be blessed. God bless you. In today's episode, we deal with a WhatsApp message that we received from a woman, and it goes like this. I have been married for 11 years now, but I've been with my husband for 15 years. He is an only son, likewise myself. We have been very close, working in the same place and living together. However, last year he had an opportunity and left. Unfortunately, last 2 weeks, my kids and I went to the embassy and were refused visas with the reason that we didn't provide enough proof that we will return after his contract ends. Sincerely speaking, it has really knocked me down. I don't feel happy knowing that it will take a long time for me to see him. I've always dreaded a distance marriage. He informed me that after his contract ends in December 2023, he would have to change his papers to allow him to invite us again. I'm all alone with the kids who are teenagers, and they are not making matters easy for me. I don't share my problems with family or friends. I am very lonely. I don't know what to do. How do we manage a distant marriage? So, in response to this WhatsApp message, we are going to share with you today 10 ways that you will be able to succeed in a distant relationship or marriage. What we're going to share with you is useful for those in relationship and those already married too. So let's go. The number one thing you need to do to succeed in a distant relationship or marriage is to try to communicate regularly. Communication is very, very important. Make sure that a day doesn't pass without some form of communication. It could be a text message, it could be a call, it could be a video conference, it could be just a note that you share with each other. Make sure you communicate. A simple greeting in the morning, good morning, in the evening, how did your day go? Basic things that you can do to keep the communication going. Try to communicate regularly. That's number one. Number two, avoid displeasing actions. The fact that you now have that freedom, especially in a case like what we received from the WhatsApp message, maybe there are certain things that your husband has spoken against. Some friendships, some places that your husband has spoken against. Don't take advantage of the fact that there is some distance to go to those places. Avoid displeasing actions, because if you do not avoid those displeasing actions, they will come back to bite you. When your spouse or your partner finds out that you are doing those very things that he or she has told you that he's not or she's not comfortable with, it is going to poison the relationship or marriage. So, despite the fact that you will think that he's not around to be able to see where you go, don't take advantage of that distance to perform or participate in any displeasing actions. So that's number two. Number three, try to do things together. Simple things you can do together. You can play a game online together. Maybe it's a chess game, a Scrabble game, some game that is online you can play together. You can also try to do things like exercising together at the same time, exercise while talking to each other. Those things help you bond. You can also cook together. You can do so many other things that you find a way to do together. Those things make you still feel connected together. And today you are lucky, you have so many softwares, apps, and media that you can use to be able to do things together. So take advantage of that and do things together. Number four, follow up on each other's interests. When you communicate, when you talk, make sure you always are finding out what happened from what your spouse or partner told you he or she would go and do. Show interest. Show interest not in only things that concern you, but show interest in things that concern your spouse or partner. It is in following up on these things that you would continue to be in the person's life and be able to know what is happening in the person's life. So follow up on each other's interests. Number five, avoid accusations until you have enough proof. So sometimes because of the distance, you would hear somebody tell you something. Oh, I saw your husband with a lady in his vehicle on this day. I saw your wife with a gentleman in front of your house. There could be those reports. Be careful. Avoid running into quick conclusions and making accusations until you have enough proof. Because it can poison the relationship, it can make you act in a manner that you will be reacting to things that don't even exist. So be careful. Avoid accusations until you have enough proof. The number six is visits when you can. Make visits memorable. Sometimes, because of the costs and because of other commitments, we tend to avoid visiting as frequently as we can. For instance, in the case of this woman who sent us this WhatsApp message, if the husband has an opportunity, a leave, or some break, he should try, despite the cost, to at least visit. And for the one who is being visited, you have to make sure that the visit is memorable. The seventh thing is stay honest with each other. Very, very important. Make sure everything you say is true. Because just one untruth will make it difficult for your partner or spouse to believe any other thing you say. If you say you're going to your mother's place, let it be your mother's place. If you decide that you're going to pass through a friend's place on your way to your mother's place, let him know. So that somebody won't say, I met you at your friend's place and you had told him you were going to your mother's place. It is so difficult to convince somebody who is away because we all know there are issues here and there. So it's important that you stay honest with each other. Number eight, each partner should have something that reminds him or her of the other partner. It could be a book, it could be a ring, it could be some picture, it could be a wallpaper, it could be anything that whenever you set your eyes on, you remember your partner. It helps. Memories are important to keep you always connected, even when away. So find something that connects the two of you and reminds you always of your spouse or partner. The ninth thing is spend this time away from each other, enjoying the time alone. Especially in this case where you have kids, take advantage of this distance to also bond with your children. It's so important. Bond with your children during this time. Go out with your kids, get to know them better, get to know the teenagers better, get to connect with them now that your husband is away. The 10th and very important thing is that have an end goal in mind. You can't be in a distant relationship or marriage forever. After all, one very important part of being together as lovers is communion. You want to have companionship. You want to spend time together. So always have an end goal in mind. How are you going to end the distance? Am I going to move to your place? Are you going to move to my place? Are we going to go to another place altogether? How are we going to connect? What work am I going to do? What am I? Have an end goal in mind. And both of you must agree on that end goal and work towards achieving that end goal. It's so important. So let's go over what we have learned today. 10 things that would help us succeed in a distant marriage. The first is try to communicate regularly. Communicate, communicate, communicate. Second, avoid displeasing actions. The third is do things together. It could be online, but still do them together. The fourth thing is follow up on each other's interests. 5, avoid accusations unless you have enough proof. The 6th is visit whenever you have the opportunity and make visits memorable. The 7th is stay honest with each other. The 8th is each partner should have something that reminds him or her of the other partner. The 9th is enjoy your time alone with family and friends, and also with church people, other friends that you have. And 10th, which is the last one but not the least, is have the end goal in mind. Agree on an end goal, agree on how you're going to end the distance, and work towards achieving that aim. I hope we have been of a blessing to you. This is Dear Happily Married for Life, and this is our episode for you today. We hope that you have subscribed to the channel. Please share our videos, share it with the rest of the world, and invite your friends to also subscribe to this channel. If you have an issue and you want to share it with us, please, the number is on the screen. Just send us a WhatsApp message. Our team of counselors would respond to you. Then we would edit those messages in a manner that your interest will be kept private, and we will share and also help others who are dealing with similar issues. We will help you find the right way forward together. We love you. Until we meet again, as we always say, be happily married for life. God bless you.